Welcome here to Glendalough, the Glen of the Two Lakes, Osceola Glendalough. And this itself is one of the most famous symbols of Ireland, an old ancient Celtic cross, roughly 1400 years old. Back in the day, just after St. Patrick himself came St. Kevin to bring Christianity to the pagan Irish. And they left beautiful remnants like these, such as the whole school that we are surrounded by. They say if you can put your hands around the cross, you'll receive good luck. Let's see if I have good luck. Yes, would you believe it? I'm the luckiest man on earth. This is all part of St. Kevin's Monastery, which was once the centre of learning of Ireland, where even kings themselves came to pay homage to the old saint. We will go see his cave later, we will see his kitchen, and we will see his bed. Come along with me on this journey, I know you'll enjoy it. This was carved out by the glaciers during the Laurentide ice sheet about 10,000–15,000 years ago during the last ice age. Came through, carved out the rock, left us this wonderful lake. And this is what brought St. Kevin here. He was running away from a woman who wanted him more than anything in the world, and this was the only place he could get away. He found himself a nice cave just over there, so after many mountainous miles and struggle and bad weather and hardships, we have finally made it to our destination, a view of St. Kevin's bed. It's that teeny little cave at the bottom of this monumental cliff face where he lived. And when you do something like that, that generally means you want attention. So people came, looked for him and talked to him. And he turned out to be a very religious man, built himself a monastery, preached the word of Christ, made himself one of the highest schools in the land. And that's what we know today as Glendalough. You should come, have a look and a visit. It's one of the most magical places you can come to. Not too far outside of Dublin, it's about a 45-minute drive. And you get to come to mystical Ireland on the ancient East. St. Kevin lived here for many years. From what I can gather, he spent most of his later years of life living in this cave. It seems like it's only big enough for a man to lie down in, and you'd get lots of time to contemplate those bigger things in life. What we're in now is the old priest's house on Teach Sadar, Osceola. It's a 12th century ruin, and it was assumed to be a small oratory or a humble dwelling for an old priest. And this is St. Kevin's Church, a wee little 12th century chapel. Shows the fine work of the Irish masonry, still standing after all of these years. Every single part of me wants to live here. This could be my kitchen. This could be my place of worship. Have my few sheep and I'd be a very happy man. Here we have one of the most famous ancient Irish examples of stone masonry, the famous Round Tower. When the evil Vikings were coming, they pulled the treasures up, pulled the ladders up, nobody was getting in, and right up to the top of the tower is where they were. Also used as watchtowers so they could see the approaching enemy. Very wonderful things that can stand for millennia. What a harrowing journey it must be to get down. I'm looking at the cliff right here. And now it'd be very difficult in all these slippy rocks. But a man sure can dream. Not only did St. Kevin live here, 500 years later, St. Lawrence O'Toole came to live here as well. During the Norman invasions and the initial conquest of Ireland, when Dermot MacMurdo and King Henry II invaded Ireland at Dermot's request because he was losing his lands in Leinster, St. Lawrence O'Toole came out of his cave to broker peace between the Gaelic chieftains and the English forces, the Norman forces that were coming in. All the great men of our country seem to find solace in little hovels and caves. We're humble people, we don't need too much. All we desire is our land to be well, have a couple of sheep, maybe a cow, some running water, and a simple roof over our head. And I know every Irish man, woman and child would be happier for it. Let's bring back our nation and what we desire to have as a people. We can do it together. Let's show the whole world how good our country is. Yeah. Oh, all the scholarly monks walking around. It would have been amazing.